So I'm wondering whether they actually kind of brought over the kind of mentality over from what Ajax used to be, and then I don't know.
Okay. So what you're saying is that they brought the problem from Ajax to Old Trafford.
I mean,
that's what you're saying. You're going with that
okay. Don't quote.
It just sounds like it.
It's just a fun fact. It just so happened that there's actually some kind of linkage. But okay, let's go to the crux of the matter right now.
What's wrong with that linkage?
Oh,
well, what was that?
442 Dudes.
Welcome back to another episode of 442 Dudes. My name is Ben.
I'm John.
Don't know why we're so formal, but anyway, welcome back to another episode, and we are the dudes behind 442. Coming up next is what we call 90 Minutes Off. We'll see you. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, 442 Dudes brought to you by CCB TV. And this is the part where we call 90 Minutes Off. In 90 Minutes Off today, it's going to be very exciting, very exhilarating, because we are diving into not just normal matches, but we are diving into derbies, and in some parts of the world, they call the Classicos. And also we're very excited because we might, we're expecting something a little different today, John. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
But anyway, now speaking of Classicos and derbies, let's just touch on the very, 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 very recent one. And I think this guy, we talked about him quite a lot of times. It's not Haaland. It's actually Jude Bellingham.
What about him?
He is becoming that midfielder, that all-rounded player that people didn't think he was going to make out. I said this before, people didn't really think he might fare as good as he is doing so at Real Madrid, but you know what, he's doing that. And in where did he shine the most? 2 goals, man, in that match. Barcelona against Real Madrid. Come on, 2 goals. And one of them in the 94th minute or so, somewhere along there, was a super late goal. And that signature celebration of his. That the whole Classico and Derby, this is what it's all about. It's about sometimes taunting the opponent and all that. And I think he takes it there. So I think I gotta say, at this point of time, as in regards of being the best young footballer, he's got to be up there for me.
I think it's not just a young footballer. I think
you are going
on paper, form. I think he's probably the most informed player at the moment.
Okay.
I really think so. The game against Barca, the El Clasico.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest games in the entire world of football.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest, right?
And for that, you think Bellingham, for his performance so far, definitely deserves the title of the best informed footballer.
I wouldn't call it a title, but I'm just, I don't think anybody would disagree with me, by saying that he's probably the most informed player on the planet right now.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the level that this game is on, right?
Yeah.
For someone to be so composed that, giving the performance that he did, brilliant. The first goal he scored, that bullet, that rocket into the top corner, that just exudes confidence.
Yeah,
and somewhat of an arrogance, right?
It does, and you know what? If they were still using the title, he would fit the whole Galacticos title.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Just speaking of that goal, because I was watching the highlights, right? Okay. So unfortunately, I couldn't watch the whole game, but I was watching the highlights, and moments before Bellingham actually scored that rocket of a goal, Tchouaméni.
Okay.
Tchouaméni actually also had a long-range shot.
Yep.
And Bellingham just looked at him and like, okay, good shot, good try.
Yeah.
And then it's almost as if, okay, you've done your job. Now it's my turn. And boom,
and it was corner. A goal. Yeah, and it was a goal.
Wow, what a goal.
Was a goal.
Oh my God, the arrogance that. And it's almost as if Barcelona, the players from Barca were like, well done.
Yeah.
Good job.
And I think what was his name again? The guy from Man City. What's his name? The one that went to Barcelona.
Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan. Yeah, I can't pronounce all these names lah. But Gundogan was very frustrated. And I think that
in the interview, right?
Yeah. There was an interview as well. So in the game, I saw his frustration during the highlight. But there was an interview as well. He was talking about the frustration in the locker room, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, about how they weren't reacting as strong. They were kind of
it's just a defeat. Yeah, I know the game's on. It's not the end of the world. We're another game and so on and so forth.
And the funny thing here, I just want to add, John, is that he also just joined Barcelona.
Yeah, it's the mentality.
Exactly.
Right? It's the mentality of the players where in this day and age where it seems as if, the game is, to them, it's just a day job.
Yeah.
They're just more happy, I'm just going out there to play.
And for that I do agree with you. And for that I do agree with you. It now really feels, and I think you nicely worded it. It does feel like more of a day job, more of something they have to achieve because they're being paid for. Precisely. More so than the passion.
Which is quite frustrating, as a football fan. I mean, I've been watching football for close to, I would say.
That's going to tell your age, no. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's coming to 30 years. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm only 30. Okay, anyway.
It's coming 30
right.
years.
Okay.
I would say, late 20s.
Oh dear.
But I mean, all my years of watching football, I think this is the first time where I see really, I don't see the passion in the players. I don't see the fight. I don't see the determination. I really see it as, okay, I'm just here to entertain and I'm going to entertain.
And I'm agreeing with it. I think, we today are focusing on the Classicos and Derbys, but I think also one thing, I think just looking from the outside, it doesn't feel like a Classico anymore.
Yes, it doesn't.
There's no impact on that.
Even the hype. Yeah. The pre-game hype. It's kind of like...
Yeah, just... I mean...
It's so meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of... I think we lost that kind of the passion for the game. And this is Barcelona and Real Madrid of all teams. These are the biggest teams in the world we are talking about. But yet... It's not. So thankfully for someone like Bellingham, is bringing, some excitement to the game and all.
Credit to him, I mean.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just... To me, that game didn't have the feel, where Messi played Ronaldo and all. It's no longer there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got to put it right there as well, and I do agree with you because it's like Vinicius Junior's when he scored, not the same as Bellingham. So Bellingham, well done on that. I think well done. Yeah, thank you for bringing back that little bit of hype.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now, speaking of hype, we got a next derby that we would like to focus on. This one.
Okay, I wouldn't really call it a derby, but
I don't want to call it a derby,
I would classify them as a somewhat of a classic game as well.
Yeah, it is a classic
game. We're going to move away from the La Liga and we're going to go into the Eredivisie, right, in Holland, where PSV played Ajax in the latest round of matches. And for some reason, after watching the game, I actually watched the highlights also again. Ajax actually started quite okay.
And then
and then for some reason they just crumbled.
Right. And the scoreline 5-2, somewhere there.
And they got trashed 5-2 in the end.
Dear.
And Ajax, it's speaking of Ajax, I don't know. I think I've spoken to this previously when the fans were protesting, when the match was abandoned when they lost 3-0 to final at home.
Yep.
I was talking about how it's very sad to see the decline of Ajax this way. And,
of course.
And after this game, it's even worse. I mean, now no one would have thought Ajax to be bottom of the league.
Oh, they are bottom.
They are currently bottom of the Eredivisie.
No shit.
They are currently bottom.
We are talking about the same team that was kind of flying in the Champions League. The same team that supposedly produced many talents.
It's not supposedly, it is a fact.
Yeah, but because of that, now they are not.
Exactly. It's just very sad that.
And that's it.
And with regards to derbies, with regards to Classicos, you always say, right, form is temporary, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to derbies and Classicos, right, the form table, you just throw it away out the window.
Yeah.
It is really about the passion. And then again, we're talking about the passion. It's again, we're talking about determination. It's again, we're talking about what it really means to represent your club. And unfortunately, I don't think any of the players right now in Ajax are doing that.
And in this case, it's just not showing.
And I can see the fans' frustration to the point where I think, we talked in other episodes about how, the ultras from other teams like Lyon, like Roma, like Milan, scolding the players or giving them some kind of lecture on the pitch. I think the Ajax fans should do the same.
Yeah, but don't do dangerous shit. I think that's what I want to say. Of course. Just don't do the dangerous shit, okay? But no, I do want to say that as well. Yeah.
So with regards to Ajax and all, I just want to ask you one question, Ben. I don't know. Probably this question is for you guys as well.
For everyone.
Because is it really the performance of the team in Ajax in this example? Yeah. Is it really the fault of the players?
Yeah.
Or is it the board?
No, I'm gonna say players.
Because, for Ajax, there's a lot of uncertainty behind the scenes. I mean, Overmars was sacked because of some, personal indiscretion. I'm not going to go into that, but you guys would probably know what happened. Van der Sar obviously had some issues. He also left the club and all. And so there's a lot of disarray behind the scenes at Ajax. There's a lot of uncertainty. They've been changing managers, like changing clothes and kind of stuff. So is it really the fault of the players, or is it because of what is going on behind the scenes? That's causing Ajax to be in this position?
I'm just going to say it's still down to the players, because at the end of the day, I think, be it sports or even entertainment, and it is called sports entertainment sometimes for a reason, it's the players. Because, the show must go on. I think that's something that we have to remember. The show must go on. Whatever happens behind the board, the players, I feel
because at the end of the day, they are the ones on the pitch. They are the ones doing the running, doing the tackling, doing whatever it is that's been told to them, right? So what you're saying is there's only so much that the coach can do, or there's so much that the board can do. At the end of the day, whatever happens on the pitch is down to the players. That's what you're trying to say, right?
That's what I'm saying,
And in a sense, they need to learn how to, focus, turn off whatever is happening behind the scenes.
I don't like this word, but compartmentalize.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very nice way
but
to
I
do
don't
it.
like the word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, do you think that this is an issue that is across the board in the current generation of players? Because let's not kid ourselves, right?
Okay.
Closer to where our heart is in terms of football, there is a team right now that I think is probably facing the same issue as Ajax, where there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of toxicity going on behind the scenes, in the boardroom and everything. And like what you say, I think the players are also not really performing.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to bring you attention right now in a similar vein, to back to the Premier League, where we have been focusing a lot more over the last few episodes.
Okay. And who might this club be?
I mean, there's no prizes for guessing which club I'm talking about. There's none other than Manchester United, right?
Right.
So if you think about it, the thing is, there's a lot of similarities between Ajax and United. Behind the scenes, board issues, whatever you call it. Yeah. Players not performing, players underperforming, players, not showing enough passion, so on and so on. It's exactly the same thing. Yeah. And by some fun fact, right? I just want to throw some fun fact over here.
Okay, fun fact. Let's go.
There are six
what?
Manchester United, players, and obviously the coach was from United, for Ajax. Yeah. There are actually 5 other players who have links to Ajax, or at least played for Ajax.
From, okay.
Yeah. So wow. So I'm wondering whether they actually kind of brought over the kind of mentality over from what Ajax used to be, and then I don't know.
Okay. So what you're saying is that they brought the problem from Ajax to Old Trafford.
I mean,
that's what you're saying. You're going with that claim.
Okay, don't quote.
It just sounds like it.
It's just a fun fact. It just so happened that there's actually some kind of linkage. But okay, let's go to the crux of the matter right now.
What's wrong with that linkage?
Oh,
well, what was that? What was that?
The producer, I think.
God.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
What's wrong with that linkage? What is wrong with bringing over players from Ajax? The boss was from Ajax. He had a winning team. He brought part of those players that he felt could help to come over. So what's the fucking issue?
No, the main issue right now is Manchester United are not doing well. A large part has got to do with...
But what has it got to do with bringing over the players from Ajax? They're not doing well, granted, but what's it got to do with that?
Well, I'm just saying there's a fun fact. Anyway, since we're talking about Ajax, we're just talking about how some, there are 2 players that
go and suck on the
sorry, there are 3 players that came directly from Ajax over to United.
Suck on the Mars bar.
So
I'm having so much fun now.
No, so something for this, you guys that didn't know, the person that's speaking off camera is actually our producer, who is a massive Manchester United fan. So I'm just going to throw this question back to him as well.
Right,
I just asked Ben earlier. Yeah. So is the current situation at Manchester United down or to the players or the board?
Definitely down to the players.
Okay.
My only defense would be for Ten Hag, because that man shouldn't be blamed. As a matter of fact, I think it's really stupid for football clubs to keep sacking managers. Oh. It is really stupid. We got a bunch of idiots running around on the pitch, and I dare say a bunch of strawberries, including the senior players, guys like Varane, injured, sick. I'm getting sick. A lot of fans are getting sick of this rubbish. And what's it got to do with the manager that he has completely lost it? I mean, come on. They say the same shit all the time about all the managers that's transitioned, that they don't know what to do tactically. I think the English fans are absolutely dingbats. They're absolute dingbats. Yeah, and stand by the club and stand by the manager, frankly. This is what Ferguson said. Right? So I really don't think it's got to do with the manager, but it's got to do with the guys on the pitch. And I really also think that in terms of hunger, thereby not having sufficient aggression to fight for each game. The manager definitely wants the fight and he's in the fight, but these guys are just not in the fight somehow. Or rather, they think they're in the fight, they think they know aggression, they think they're motivated, but it's just not enough.
So I'm just going to ask you one more question, right? Rather two. I have two questions that I want to ask you. So you mentioned about the players being responsible for the unsavory performances on the pitch. So
I wouldn't use the word unsavory.
Then what word would you want to use it to describe their back-to-back 3-0 losses at home?
Fucked up performances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Unsavory, let's keep it for food, shall we?
So the question I want to ask you is, so you mentioned that the players on the pitch are responsible for the performance that's being shown to the fans. That's and all.
One major factor.
So and we know on the pitch the coach can only do so much behind the scenes or even on by the sidelines. But on the pitch you always have a captain, and the captain is supposed to be the one that's galvanizing the troops. Is supposed to be the one that rallying all the players to show the kind of performance that is required, especially of a club like Manchester United. So do you think Bruno is showing that kind of captain material?
He's Portuguese.
So?
I don't find Portuguese to be great captains. The way they captain their own teams are a little bit different. You got a bunch of English guys in the pitch. You got a different mix of people there, right? You need to have someone who's really like a dog, a real foreman type. People look at Roy Keane in the past. Right? I mean, he's a crazy Irish, right?
Yep.
You need someone like that, and I think Kino did say that he feels the same, that Bruno should not be captain.
Of course.
At this point, if you ask me who should be captain, because I'm pretty sure that would be your next question.
That's right. Well done. Whoa, you can read.
Of course, I produced the damn show.
All right.
So Casemiro would be the next best.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, given who we have in hand, that is.
Just trying to think.
Who we have in hand, I mean, would I prefer someone who's more, rough, who's a real gangster on the pitch? Of course I would.
Who, Martinez?
No. I mean, someone in hand at this time.
Gangster. The first person that got to buy was Martinez. I'm so sorry.
That is not anyone on the team at the moment or in the squad. I feel that we should have someone who's just not gonna be afraid to smack any one of the players at the back of his head, because all of these guys are multi-millionaires. You need to have someone on the pitch who earns that kind of money just like them, but rough as hell, tough as nails, and one that's not going to be afraid to take a red card for the team. And at this juncture, I mean, how many red cards has Casemiro had? So I've always believed that someone like that should be the guy that can grab someone at the scruff of his neck. Is he the best option? No. If we can buy a player that comes in that's just like that everyone fears as well as respect. Because let me tell you something, man. Till this day, you take a look at Neville, how he talks to Keane. There's not just about respect. There's a little bit of fear.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then again, okay, so I mean, I'm in a way, I'm glad that we are both in agreement that Bruno is not the best choice as captain, right? I mean, Casemiro.
I'm not here to argue with you, man. I'm just making sure that my club doesn't get run over by the Liverpool truck. It was a minivan.
Now we have a Liverpool
why
truck.
are we even going there?
It was a minivan not too long ago. Now it's become a truck.
A truck.
Yeah, but it's still a small truck,
goodness gracious me. I mean, let's move on. All right, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to be very objective over here.
Let me just do you a favor and just do this for you. Here you go.
I mean,
happy?
I'm just stating facts. This is something that I really mentioned on previous episodes where I felt Bruno was never. In fact, I mentioned this in last season when United lost 7-0, right, at Liverpool. I'm sorry, you had to bring Liverpool up. So it was during the game that there was the very first time I mentioned I don't think Bruno is captain material because he's always whining, he's always giving up. He never turns up at the big games, and that is something that a United captain needs to be. You think of the past, you mentioned Roy Keane over there. I'll bring you back even further. Bring Brian Robson, the likes of Robson, the likes of Steve Bruce. These were real United captains. Gary Neville, these were people who would die for the club.
Yeah.
Right? To die for the people around them.
But
Bruno,
now,
Bruno will be the first to run.
Yeah, now
that's what I take. Well, anyway,
I don't think he's that bad.
I think he is that bad. He's
not a great captain, but he's not.
He's a fantastic footballer. I will give him that credit. But
not to the extent of your description. That he run away. Like, that's too much of an exaggeration. Right now, you sound like Kara. Oh God.
Oh man. Okay, here we go.
And that wasn't a compliment.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I actually have one more question. Let's just ask this anyway. So, as a Manchester United fan of many years,
he's still a young gentleman, by the way. So.
Of course, I mean, I'm also young, but I've been watching football for many long. So, do you think there is an identity or even a structure to how United play? So essentially, I'm asking you, what is the current United team's style of play?
Well, there's no style of play.
There you have it.
Because look back. Whatever styles of play from all the different managers that's come along since Ferguson, no squad of at any given time has played according to what any of these managers wanted. None of them. Whether or not you could scoff at Moyes, you can scoff at Van Gaal, but up to even Ole, none of these guys played according to a style. They did when Ole first started, and that's when the Ole is at the wheel thing came about. They did
thanks to
last season when Erik ten Hag came around, right? And then after that it starts to deteriorate. The question remains is why? Why can't they just keep to what they've been told to do? And everyone just conveniently turns around and points their fingers at the managers. And then you have good guys like Ole who would say, yeah, it's my fault because I'm the manager. Now Ten Hag saying the same thing. It's my fault, I'm the manager. I say I'm giving my middle finger to all these idiots in the UK who call themselves, United fans, that they should bloody stop being so damn fickle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true. I'm saying it. I'm not saying that it's the same for all other fans outside of the UK. I think but brighter, especially those of us in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. The dingbats in the UK, wake the fuck up.
You heard that right?
Wow.
Wake up. Especially if you're supporting in the English clubs that you're supporting. Wake up. Yeah. Luckily, I'm not Ang Mo. I'm quite Asian. So yes.
I never say Ang Mo. I'm talking about British, the UK fans.
Okay lah, I'm not. Yeah. But I'm not Ang Mo. Anyway.
Obviously not.
Yeah. In any case, if you agree with the El Clasico thing, or the Man United and Man City thing, or the PSV or the Ajax thing, just let us know. We want to know. I mean, these are the kind of things we do want to know, your opinions, and we like to have a little bit of banter here and there. I think that's something that we do enjoy.
Of course.
So do share with us. Especially, I just want to say, finally Chelsea win. So I'm quite happy. So I'm in a happy
Alright, let's
state,
move on.
Yeah? In any case, coming up next, it's what we call What's What with Who's Who. We'll see you for that section. Chelsea win 2-1. Come on, man.
God has left the building.
This is the part where we call What's What with Who's Who. So we talk about, Classicos earlier, Derbys earlier, but what about people, in these matches getting awards? And what better way but the Ballon d'Or?
Can you pronounce it again?
I tried to be French. Ballon d'Or. Never mind.
Whatever.
I tried. In any case, congratulations to the winners. I think, we talked about Bellingham. He won one of the awards inside there as well. But most importantly of all players, it is Lionel Messi who won the Ballon d'Or. What do you think?
I have been very vocal about it.
I know.
At least with you guys
That's
off
why
the camera, in our coffee shop chats and everything. I honestly don't believe that Messi should have won.
Okay.
I mean, it seems as if the Ballon d'Or is just,
rigged.
Rigged. It's definitely rigged. You're just FIFA's favorite son. All you've done...
Allegedly rigged, by the way.
The whole last season, the only the real achievement that you have did was to win the World Cup.
And inviting speed.
With 5 penalties and, plenty of controversial decisions going, along your way, and stuff. So if you think that just by scoring 5 penalties and winning the World Cup is actually much better than
Inter Miami,
than winning the MLS Cup, winning League One, winning the French Cup, is better than winning a treble with one of which is the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup. 2 of the biggest competitions in the world.
You're talking about Haaland, right?
Breaking the all-time English Premier League record for goal scorers in a single season. Then fine.
Then
to me it's almost as if it's a lifetime achievement award.
Okay, so we have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you think it has lost its credibility?
100% yes.
Oh.
It's definitely lost its credibility. I mean, how else could you explain Messi winning this year's Ballon d'Or? How else could you explain that? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the players on the screen right now.
We are looking at it.
Look, these are the players in the top 30, right?
Right.
Obviously, Haaland, for some reason, PR. Oh, okay, we need to give Haaland. Make sure he's there because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
Felt like a consolation. Do you think?
It's definitely a constellation.
Okay.
They're just doing that because PR. We need to include Haaland and Mbappe.
Bellingham as well.
And Bellingham was 18 if I'm not wrong. But the truth of the matter is, Haaland and Mbappe had a much better season than Messi.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay.
90% of the people on earth will probably say that. The 10% belongs to Argentina.
Hey, Onana's 23.
Because he had a fantastic season with Inter.
Ajax.
With Inter Milan.
Sorry, Inter Milan. Why I say Ajax?
No. Talking about Onana. Onana is a goalkeeper and everything. I have something to say about the goalkeeper.
Oh, you have?
So take a look at this list right now.
Okay.
Take a look at this list first. Look at position number 13 and number 15.
Okay.
I believe it's these 2 positions. Let me just check. Let me just check and confirm.
He's very excited to share some news.
Look at position 13 and position 15.
Yes, sir.
13 is Yasin Bono Bono, the keeper who used to play for Sevilla. He's obviously now in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And 15 is Emi Martinez, right? So if we move on to the next screenshot that we have, which we prepared, which was it's a list that shows all the winners of this year's Ballon d'Or.
Yep.
So if we look at it right now,
that's right.
You can see on the screen. If you look at the Yasin Trophy, which is supposed to give credit or to recognize the best goalkeeper of the year. Okay. The winner is Emiliano Martinez.
Yes.
He was in 15th position in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He's 2 positions lower than Bono.
Yeah.
But yet he won the Yasin Trophy. Okay. So if this is not rigged, if this is not a clear indication of how FIFA has rigged all these awards,
wow,
I don't know what
allegedly
is.
rigged, by the way. Okay.
I don't know what is.
Okay.
What have you got to say to that?
Wow. Strong words there by John. I mean, if you ask me, I just think they have a very unique way of having a criteria.
So what is that criteria then?
I have no idea. I'm not them, but it's allegedly Argentinian criteria. So
exactly, it's precisely.
Allegedly.
I think it's ridiculous. Just bring back to 2010, right? 2010, Spain won the World Cup. Iniesta was the one that spearheaded, Barca's win in the I think I'm not wrong. They didn't win the Champions League. They won La Liga. They basically won a treble, right? It was the following season, I think, that Pep went on to win 6 trophies. But it was the same year that Spain won the World Cup with Iniesta scoring the winner against Netherlands. I mean, I watched it again live. I still remember his goal. Fantastic goal. But yet, Messi was the one that won the Ballon d'Or that year. Why? Because supposedly he was the best goal scorer in Europe, which is exactly the same case with Haaland this time around, isn't it? Haaland won the best goal scorer in Europe, right? And he won the treble with Man City. So why is Messi the one who apparently won the Ballon d'Or this year because he won the World Cup? Then why didn't Iniesta win the Ballon d'Or back in 2010? I mean, it's ridiculous. So you're just basically, shifting your criteria according to what you feel Messi should get.
Yep.
You are just being very biased. okay, let's not take away the fact that Messi is obviously one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, right? But let's be objective, okay? The Ballon d'Or award is based on objectivity,
merits and whatnot.
Of course, based on merit, but it clearly isn't the case right now. And I feel for Haaland. I mean, if I were Haaland, what more do you want me to do? Honestly, what more do you want me to do? Whatever I can achieve, I've actually achieved. It's really the best of the best of the best that I can achieve. Winning the treble and breaking the record and winning the best goal scorer award across Europe. What else do you want me to do in order for me to win this award? So, in my opinion, this is basically a bullshit award. It's no longer an award that has credibility.
It's just, one of those...
It's a popularity contest.
Just one of those awards,
It is a popularity contest.
Just one of those awards.
So all you need to do as a player is just make sure you buy all the journalists across the world some kind of lunch, some kind of Rolex or whatever you want. Just give them all these things. I guarantee you win the Ballon d'Or next year.
Allegedly guaranteeing you.
Of course. I don't know. I'm just very fed up with
I think I feel your frustration. I think there are many people, who perhaps watching this elsewhere as well. They do feel the same way. Of course, as what John said, some of you, you may still be rooting for Messi, that he do deserve it. But I think, I gotta agree with you a little bit on this. It is kind of odd not to see people who are faring so much better, who are doing so much better in terms of not just winning the World Cup, but doing other things as well. But still not, we're not winning it away. So to me, I think to sum it in an odd way, the Ballon d'Or is like
the what?
The Ballon d'Or. Don't laugh, I'm trying to be a bit French here. The Ballon d'Or, not Ballon d'Or, no. Ballon d'Or. I got to add some laughter here. The Ballon d'Or, it's more like Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo, because the only thing I saw from the articles after the night was just, he has 3 more than Ronaldo now, something like that.
Come on, guys, it's a money-making machine. So you know that, right?
So it's now 3 more.
It's just a money-making machine, man.
So
Well, I'm going to go have my prata. You don't have prata, I'll go eat prata.
I don't mind.
Let's go,
brother. 3 course song. All right,
3 course song.
But in any case,
then we need to order 2 sets.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure John will not get his kosong. It'll probably come in the brand of Ayam brand sardine, but that's okay. In any case, thank you for watching 442 Dudes, and for those of you who apparently listen to the voice of God, that was our producer, very young gentleman, and we'll see you soon. If you like his voice, just tell us. We'll invite him more. I mean, we have to invite him because he's behind the thing anyway. So we'll see you for our next episode of 442 Dudes.
Prata.